Hello and welcome to this week's installment of 9 to 5 Nerds with Robert Swathwood, Corey Urkel,
Hey.
Katrina Swathwood,
Hello.
Lacie Noel,
Hey.
and Emma Gastelum.
Hello.
Gastelum or Gastelum?
Gastelum.
Gastelum?
You had it right the first time.
Yeah.
I did?
Mm-hmm.
You know who Kevin Gastelum is? Gastelum? Gastelum.
She's just going to change it.
Do you know who that is?
No.
Okay. I was just curious. He's a middleweight fighter for the UFC. He looks a little bit like, or to me, I think he looks a little bit like a shorter, stouter version of Jason Momoa, but with short hair.
Okay.
He's got the same eye features. Now I got to look it up and show you.
Uh-oh.
But you're going to say no, that's not right.
You need
But
a visual representation?
everybody sees different things in different people.
Does he have the angry brow
Yes, I think that's what it is.
without the scar?
Did you see? I don't know though. Kelly Clarkson has a show. Do you know she has a talk show?
Yeah,
And
and she sings in the beginning of it.
Jason Momoa was on it, and I guess her kids love Aquaman, so they came out and they asked him where he goes to the bathroom, and he said everywhere.
That's probably accurate.
I guess not that much. It might just be the angry brow.
It's angry, bro.
Yeah.
I think it's the angry brow. I think you're right, Corey.
You see it in the eyes.
Yeah, I think it's just the eyes. I got to block out the mouth and the...
Oh, you're doing the captain.
Yeah,
Happy?
it's just the eyes.
Angry.
But no, we're back on to regular recording kind of now. After, kids' sports are winding down. I'm not sick anymore. Hopefully there's no more family emergencies.
Hopefully.
Yeah, it's been a weird. But happy Disney Plus week.
Yay.
Happy Disney Plus week.
Whoa.
Anybody else get Disney Plus? Not yet.
I'm going to watch it. I didn't get it.
That's
Piracy.
That's for users.
Did you see how many people they had sign up on the first day?
No.
10 million.
10 million.
A lot.
Is that worldwide, do you think?
10 million. It's not worldwide yet.
Okay.
It doesn't. They don't have it in Europe yet, or I
Just
think it's a
North
couple
America,
months.
right?
Yeah, I think it's just North America.
Interesting.
So
Spend
10
that money.
million,
Everyone turn on your NordVPN.
which is crazy. That's a big
Number to jump into.
number to jump into.
You think a lot of those will just fall off, or you think it's just going to only get higher?
I think it's going to get higher. They said they expect to have 90 million users by 2025.
Jesus.
They're going to take that market share.
That's 5 years. I mean, that's pretty substantial.
I don't know if they're taking market share.
Well, they might be. I mean, you got to figure there's some small percentage that's dropping other things to get that.
If not cable, something.
Netflix just announced a multi-year deal with Nickelodeon to bring Nickelodeon original cartoons over to Netflix for new... Like they already did with Rocco and Invader Zim,
Mm-hmm.
but now they're going to do more, which is pretty
I think
cool.
that's a good acquisition. Spend that friend's money on that.
Well, that and they actually just opened...
Yeah.
I don't know how familiar you're with this, but they just opened a mall in New Jersey that's like supposed to be one of the biggest malls, and it's a huge indoor Nickelodeon theme park.
Oh, so you want to go?
With
Yeah.
roller coasters, Ninja Turtles, SpongeBob.
Yeah, we're going to visit. Sweet.
So,
Hop, skip, and a jump over from New York.
Yes.
I guess only like 20% of the malls open, but it's like Mall of America type big.
That's crazy.
It had been in.
Brianna.
It had
Do
been
they have
in-
a store for each original TV series that they make?
That'd be cool.
I would go hog wild.
Stranger
As-
Things store.
I mean, as much as I love it, nothing beats Diagon Alley. It's
Oh.
I mean,
No.
it is just a glorified mall. It really is, but it's the best.
It's the best.
It is, but it's just. I mean, there's one ride there, and the rest is shops.
That's
Spend
true.
your money.
It's.
There's only one ride at Hogwarts here.
Yeah. Well, there's Flight of the Hippogriff if you.
Well, we're not
yeah.
talking about Hogwarts here.
No, we're not.
No.
Hey,
If it's all you
it's
have.
so fun.
If it's all you have.
Yeah,
It
you
is still
enjoy it
fun.
while you're there.
See, when we went to Florida for the first time, Diagon Alley wasn't
No.
there. So you go in the Hogsmeade and you're like, oh my God.
I remember.
But then once you see Diagon Alley, you're like,
Okay.
all right, this is okay.
Going through Diagon Alley and then getting on the train and then going to like Hogsmeade and then Hogwarts, like the first time we went was like,
Good.
yes,
Yeah.
it was.
There's, I mean,
Special.
the new park, the new Universal Park will open in 2023, I think they said. It's going to be over 700 acres. And the rumor is more Harry Potter and possibly Nintendo.
Ooh,
They need to like build a tram for all their parks out there.
I'm sure they will. I don't know. But this is going to be this park's going to be bigger than their other two parks put together. So, I mean,
Emma's
Okay.
favorite ride there is the Dueling Dragons.
That's not
I was
there
thinking
anymore.
about that the other day.
Oh, it's not?
Oh, it's not?
Dueling Dragons hasn't been there in
No,
years.
it's not there, man.
Oh, well, good.
did we
Neither
go
of
on?
us liked it.
It's been shut down for like, I don't know, the
was
last 2
awful.
times we went.
It was not a good ride.
So at least the last 4 years has been gone.
What did we go on?
What did we go on?
The Dueling Dragons was a red dragon and a blue dragon.
Yes,
They
we
were
did
competing
go on
roller
that.
coasters.
And
So
you
it
went
must have been
backward-
5
you
years
felt
ago.
like you were going backwards the whole
It
time.
went up that was one of the few rides I've got off and been extremely dizzy.
Yeah, so I
Well,
almost
it's
threw
a
up in the
short
trash can.
duration, and you do so many corkscrews, and
My
Now-
eyes were closed the whole time.
Now I get dizzy on everything.
Same.
I used to
You
never
get
be that
dizzy
way.
Walking.
Yeah.
It happens.
Sometime. Yeah, it's. I like the Hulk ride out there because it's the only roller coaster I've ever been on that, you usually go on a roller coaster and you go up, and then it goes down. This goes halfway up and then you just launch. Like it's kind of a sudden.
We haven't done that one.
oh,
It's
it's
pretty
fun.
cool. And I heard they smoothed it out even more too because it was some of these older
It's a
roller
little
coasters
jerky.
like Matterhorn, bang the shit out of your knees.
Yeah.
It's a classic.
Yeah.
I like it.
I read a thread about how many people have like knocked out teeth and bloody noses from when it originally, in the last 10 years, it's gotten a lot better.
Realign your whole skeletal system
Yeah.
on that ride.
So I was at work on Halloween and my boss knows I like Halloween and I left my office and I came back into my office and there was a skeleton hanging in my office. And I get up really close to it and I look at it and it was a real skeleton. Like, yeah, it was
Like a full size?
yeah. I mean, it was smaller. I'd say it was probably like maybe 5'5". But it was
5'5"?
Was it a female skeleton or a male
I
skeleton?
don't know. I didn't dive in.
Did he take it from the biology department?
Well, we're in an older school district and our clinic
Donated
or
to
whatever
science.
wherever I work, and it was in a box. And yeah, they used to look at real skeletons.
Right,
yeah.
Well, I looked at it and I'm like, you could see the with a one that's made now, you can look at it and you can look in the nose cavity and everything's solid. But if you look in the nose cavity of a real one, it's almost like webbed because you can see like the
Epithelium.
The cartilage
and then
stuff?
basically like just like holes in it.
Yeah.
It's almost like a web, and then you could see where the teeth meet the jaw, and the teeth were yellow.
Oh.
So I mean, it was like I was looking at it, and I'm like, this is a real fucking skeleton. And we auction stuff like for state places, SDSU, any place when they have a surplus of stuff, they can't just give it away. They have to actually
Sell
auction it, and it has to go through. So I'm like, when are we auctioning this off? Because
you
I want
want
to buy it.
Does it come
What
with
would
a
you do
coffin?
with it?
You hang
It's
it
a real
out.
skeleton. It's amazing.
I'd probably give it to Left Hand Black and see if I could get
Oh,
my tattoo colored for giving them a full skeleton because they've already have like rib cages and skulls and stuff in there.
Question:
He
if
might
you
do
get the
that.
full skeleton, can I have a tooth?
Sure.
a tooth. I found a
Just
tooth in my
one
shoe
tooth.
after running one day.
You did?
I did.
That's
That's-
that's amazing.
That's not good.
No, it was not good.
What?
There was a molar stuck in the bottom of my shoe when I got
Somebody-
Dog molar?
I don't. It looked
Somebody's
human to
dead.
me.
Who are you stomping?
Nobody.
Listen to American History X too much.
No, I was
That's on Netflix right
running down the side of the street.
Ooh.
Yeah, somebody is dead.
now. Was it you and I that
Owns
had the
that.
argument about American History X?
Yeah, age-old argument.
Yeah, this is a long. Corey said that the time that Derek Vineyard spent in prison with the black man who saved his life, basically,
Yeah.
wasn't enough for him to change his perspective on being a racist. And
Why?
I don't think a lifelong racist who's inherently racist, like down to his core, where he's
You're
freaking
talking about an
reading a whole-
unintelligent person who's been brainwashed.
Can I counter that?
Sure.
There's a podcast called Someone Knows Something, and
we don't advertise other podcasts on this.
Oh.
podcast. I'm just kidding. I'm
There's
kidding.
She
there's a
heard
podcast.
somewhere.
I heard somewhere. But the whole thing is, it's like true crime, and every season that he goes to different places and tries to solve these like unsolved things. So the third season, he went down to Mississippi with his friend who was black because his brother was killed by the KKK in the 70s, and the police and FBI completely ignored it, and like it went unsolved.
Like they did.
Mississippi
So
burning.
they like completely confronted him and like all of this stuff, and by the end of the podcast, like he had gone to court and like had pretty much immunity for like testifying and everything, and by the end of it, the past KKK member and the friend whose brother had gotten killed were picking tomatoes and peaches in the past KKK member's backyard garden together.
I just
How long do you think you need for this?
I don't know. Not like I don't know how many years he spent in prison. 6 months in prison, and he has
No, he was in prison for years.
Right.
what Danny or was that his kid brother's name? What was it?
I think it might have been.
He wasn't that much younger when they show.
You're talking about a movie.
Yeah, I know. That's
Well,
why.
do you think
we could argue
that
it.
going to jail in itself may have been like part of the catalyst?
There was also his
think
teacher
that-
that came back and helped him too.
Yeah, I think I should create more division because you get harassed by the other race more than anything, and you have to clan together. But
Well, my thing is first of all, prison is putting you in a
Vacuum.
system that is structured. And you're also going to, like, he saw what was wrong, like the hypocritical stuff that he felt that the other skinheads were doing.
yeah, I get that.
As in, but then there's this, I mean, I would change my tune if somebody saved my life as well. I mean, that guy went out of his way to make sure he wasn't killed. Now I'm trying to look
You're
and see.
talking about somebody who's been psychologically broken down over years and years and years. They're very easily bendable to other ways of thinking because somebody influences them. So you put them in a different environment, they're going to be the same mentally structured person. They're just going to lean a different way. So you will do what you need to do to survive.
It's like weird cult mentality.
Correct.
Maybe. I just feel he got hypnotized from his racist ways a little bit too.
That's exactly what it is. It's well, first of all, you're brainwashed to believe this, and you got to undo the brainwashing. I mean, you can look into interviews with the woman who left the Westboro Baptist Church and how they brainwashed her and like. But I mean, from different perspectives. I mean,
They typically go back because they're so weak-willed.
well, how far?
As soon as they get discharged.
And how far do you go? I mean, what do we consider? I'd consider certain sects of Christianity being brainwashed.
They're still having gate members active to this day. They run their website. Not kidding.
The Kool-Aid didn't get them all.
He served 3 years in prison.
That's
That's
I-
a,
I-
that's
I-
a fair
That's a
amount of
long time.
It's a long time in jail.
But he made a switch like within a period of a week in prison. He was racist for that.
But that's
stretch in prison.
you thinking it's
That's
a
your
week.
perspective from the movie.
I don't think it was a week. Like I thought it was over like a series of time, not just a week.
Well, I mean, when he got raped is when he really started thinking about it really hard.
I mean,
I think
but
a lot of people think about things really hard when they get raped.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just never thought it was. I mean, it's funny to bring this
Yeah, we've had
topic
this
up
argument.
again.
This is like a 2006 argument, by the way.
And I think there was.
Okay, so now that you know he was in there for like 3 years, does that change your mind a little?
Of course not. Why would it change his mind?
No,
How-
I am rooted in.
Corey needs 25 years
Yeah.
for people. But then, I mean,
it's a movie, and
but-
I'm not against. I think it's a good movie. I have no problem.
but that leads me to a deeper question. Do you think people that go to prison can be rehabilitated?
In our system, I don't know. Maybe.
okay.
I know
yeah,
we
in
do
our
have a
system,
broken
no.
system,
Uh,
but you work with somebody
I
who is a
think-
convicted felon.
I think people have and can, if they put the mind to it, be rehabilitated.
What
But I
about people
don't-
who've been put in jail and they haven't done anything wrong and they're completely innocent?
And then he might turn bad, which sucks.
I mean, you do run that risk.
Or people who take plea deals because they can't afford to
Yeah.
defend themselves,
No, I think that's
and they're there for no
shitty.
reason.
We both personally know somebody that went to prison for dealing drugs, who got out, beat the shit out of a cop while he was on parole, and then got caught again and went to prison for multiple years.
I'm not sure who this is, top of my head. So I work
No
with him right
names.
now.
Yes, I don't want to put names out there. He was part-time, and when I was working with you, I stuck my neck out and said, this guy, he gave me a card and a gift card thanking him for putting my neck on the line to give him full-time, but he turned his life around. He's a great worker. He's a big guy.
I work with him a lot.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's a big guy, wears a bandana,
I'm sure I've heard these stories before. I just don't
has
remember.
a Band-Aid on his face.
Yeah, I just don't remember what he went to jail for.
Yeah, well, he told me one
That
time.
was decades ago, right?
Well, he spent time in prison.
And rehabilitated.
He's funny.
Well, yeah, he is. But I mean, I think when you get broken down like that with the rape and time in prison and getting the shit kicked out of you and all that stuff, you kind of get broken down to your most basic, what are you about? What are you gonna move forward? I mean, that's a lot of things you get broken down to rebuild. That even goes to like a job. Like people come in with bad habits, and sometimes you just have to fucking break somebody down to
Break them
get
of
out
their
of
bad
those.
habits.
Yeah. And sometimes it takes a long time, and sometimes it doesn't. And I'm assuming that rape would accelerate that mind
Learning
change.
curve?
That's not what I came on to talk about
No.
today.
Rape in prison.
Just a side note.
Speaking out about people changing their mind, I wanted to get on a mic. Why does your girlfriend hate me?
Oh, she hates you.
It's just I feel
don't
like
think.
I feel like she hates me.
No, I think you
Is it that she doesn't hate you? She just hates people.
She always seems great with you, and I've heard that like when you're not there and they've gone. I mean, it hasn't happened in a long time. They said she was completely pleasant.
You got me, man.
So why does she hate me?
I don't know. She likes to be around her family.
Just him.
Her people. I don't know, man.
Do you hang out with her friends?
Hang out with her family?
Does she have friends?
Does she have?
Yeah, Anthony started dating her. So I see her all the time.
Yeah.
But after that, no. She don't invite nobody else over.
But like Sonia talks to me, and BB never talks to me. Like, and I tried for quite some time.
I think it's just BB.
But she didn't talk to us either until we were all out alone.
Right.
Yeah.
Forced situation.
Do you hit her? Is she not allowed to talk to me?
Not very hard. She'll be fine.
I don't know if they're joking or not. He's not joking. He looks very serious.
He
Now he's
always
not-
looks that way.
The sinister.
She's more likely to hit me.
Now he's giving me. Is that what's going on?
Yeah.
Are you being abused, Corey?
Yeah.
Do you need an adult?
Now I'm racist.
Nice. No, I also have. I'm just going to keep taking shots at you while we're here. I got texts about our last episode, multiple texts, and I know we recorded that episode quite some time ago.
What were we talking about?
We were talking about Joker, and I got some upset texts
About what?
about what the fuck is Corey talking about with your theory on the Joker.
The ending?
No, like the whole
The
thing.
whole thing.
Do you care about spoilers?
No, I'll watch it eventually.
You shouldn't spoil too much.
It's so good.
Well, without going into like what is imagined and what isn't imagined.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got texts from multiple people saying, "What the fuck is Corey talking about?" Like nobody else saw it that way that I
Really?
talked to.
I even read it online. I know
Because
it's not
everything online, you're gonna end up
Right.
being racist.
from a guy who
Don't read too much.
And in
online.
Heaven's Gate.
You read a lot of comments on the
Yes.
internet. You read a
Yeah, but I
online.
form
But it
my
doesn't
own.
shape our opinion of
Yeah,
what something
I
is.
read it after I saw it. Me and people were talking about on the way home that we both interpret like, wow, what's real, what isn't? I don't know, man. It wasn't me reading like, oh, I'm going to identify with that opinion.
Although I did read one thing about Last Jedi that kind of changed my perspective on that movie.
What? Mary Poppins?
No, I hate that part. I still like the movie, but no, everybody said they shouldn't have gone to Casino Planet. It was just like this weird offshoot that didn't do anything, but it gave an entire group of poor people
A reason to live.
a dog in the fight, basically, in the Battle of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
And that's why you saw that kid at the end.
I bet
use the
you
Force.
Pushing the broom.
they're never going to even
Address
touch
that.
on that subject again. I think that was Ryan Johnson's whole...
No, but people calling bullshit on your theory on Joker.
Everybody's entitled to their opinion.
You're wrong.
I'm intrigued.
You gotta
Please
watch
go
it.
watch it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I liked it a lot.
There's a
I
little
will.
bit of an unreliable narrator in the movie. But it's not like it's narrated, but just the way it's shown, it's filmed. I mean, you realize things
Don't worry,
you
you're
see
fine.
didn't
Just go
happen.
watch it.
So I mean,
I will eventually.
what is that like Fight Club, right?
Yeah, but
But without, I mean, not saying Fight Club didn't have a big reveal. Everything that happened, they showed, like when you realize he has.
when they flash back and show him fighting himself.
Yeah. So
in-
that is an unreliable narrator, like that.
Yes,
movie.
and I agree with that. But they showed that.
No, I get it, and that's the argument. Is like when you watch it, it's like if it doesn't show it, can we imagine that some other stuff may not have happened the way it happened? But details withstanding, that's the
Please just watch it.
argument.
Yeah, don't.
I will watch
How
it.
come you haven't watched it yet?
Our movie theater is like 45 minutes away,
It was worth it.
so
It's
we just
really good.
don't watch a lot of stuff now.
You live in a shitty area.
I do. I do.
Haunted
It's hard to
Towers.
think that way because we live in Southern California where everything is at our fingertips. We can get to, within 15 minutes. You could be anywhere.
Well, we do have a movie theater within 10 minutes, but no one wants to go there. So
Why?
I did
Does
one
it
time.
smell?
It's very, very
Not safe?
correct.
Okay.
I don't think about it this way, but we only live like I think it's like 14 or 15 miles from the beach, like where I am right now.
Right.
It's like actually pretty close to the water.
Yes. I'm 2 hours from the water.
Oh, not that
Does
I'm
that bother you?
Oh,
Not really, except when it's
Hot?
100 degrees, and I'm like, oh, we should go to the beach, and then
Like,
it's
oh,
like
no.
an all-day episode.
Yeah, those are the people you see at like I when we go to the beach and I see people that people that
Camp
go
there
for
for the
all
day.
day, and I'm like, I can't do it. I'm good for like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah.
Let's go home.
We have that.
Yeah,
luxury,
because
though.
beach
Yeah.
time is park time.
It goes on forever.
Like my barber, they go like they'll get like 4 in the morning to La Jolla Shores and stake out their position,
No.
and then be there all day. And I'm like, oh,
I can see people doing it on holidays, but just on the norm.
I don't want to go there on a holiday. Fuck that.
No.
you have to go there at 4 in the morning.
Yeah, and you get out freaking
No.
at 4 in the morning on 4th of July.
It's nice for us because we can go onto the base beach, and nobody's there.
I used to go onto the base beach at Coronado. Was it Gator Beach?
I don't know what it's called, but it's nice. You can bring alcohol. They have
Oh.
a hotel.
That's nice.
Fancy.
Anywhere you can bring alcohol. Speaking of that, we went to this new speakeasy downtown last Friday, Corey.
Oh, that's great.
Super fun.
It was cool. It was on
What's it hidden behind?
a bookshelf.
Is there a line to get to the bookshelf?
No,
No.
Good. Because that's like the worst part.
it
like,
is.
It gives it away.
Yeah, people are like, why are people standing at the bathroom?
You go up and you have to take a book off the shelf
shelf.
and then sit and wait, and then the door will pop open for you.
Is
But
the-
you get a welcome drink that was a drink from the 1700s. I read online it's supposed to be like, what are you doing? Oh, sneezing.
Sneeze.
It's supposed to be
Sorry.
like George Washington's drink, like something. It was
good for wooden teeth.
you hear that? My nose popped. There's something in my nose.
It was called like a cherry blossom, right?
It's called cherry something, but it was really good.
It was really
And
good.
then we all had 2 drinks, and all the drinks were really good.
How many tables were back there? Few? Lot?
I'd say it probably sat like 40 people.
It was spacious.
And it wasn't full at all.
No.
We got there pretty early.
Was it themed? Like old school, like...
Well, you go
Hidden
behind the bookshelf, and it's down a spiral staircase.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a total hazard.
Yeah.
Right? That's all I thought about.
Like, I'm going to die.
Yeah.
I think that
fall down these stairs.
a good bet would be to go to Noble first, because Noble, if you don't make a opening reservation, they can't guarantee your reservations for later. Where this place kicks people out after 90 minutes if
That's
they
cool.
have a reservation behind them. So you can make a reservation for Noble at like 7, and then make a reservation for
9 o'clock.
the room 56 at 9 o'clock and hit both the speakeasies.
How far away is it from Noble?
Probably like 8 blocks.
If that.
But Noble's kind of in a weird situation right now because the neighborhood is still
Under
is under
renovation.
construction, so you have to go through a side door to get into the side door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
So, but no, it was
Double
really good.
mystery.
They had a lot of American history themed drinks,
That's cool.
like a Benedict Arnold and some other stuff. That was
They
really
were
good.
really good.
I was kind of surprised they had beer.
Yeah, me too. If you're interested and you're in San Diego, it's at the second level in the Moxie Hotel on 5th Avenue, or was it 4th?
6th, wasn't it?
It's somewhere downtown.
I think it's 6th.
Yeah, you're
Avenue.
right. It's 6th because I was going in reverse order. Werewolf's on 4th,
Yes.
and then the Gaslamp's 5th, so it would be 6th. Really cool bar. Not as cool as Noble. I like Noble better.
I do like the atmosphere of Noble better, but I liked the spaciousness of.
Agreed. I got an actual seat.
Yeah.
And not like a wooden wedge.
You guys can say that, but I had to maneuver I had to move from my seat and move the table just to get into my seat.
That's true.
So
I could have sat on
I
that
would say
side.
the opposite is it was not as spacious as you think it was.
But I haven't been to the tiki room you guys went to.
You don't need to.
You're not missing out.
False idol.
Oh, all right. So
If
that
you like
doesn't
tiki-
even
if-
compare.
Well,
No.
it's okay. You went
It's
to that
fun
one.
to
Yeah.
look at, and it's kind of cool.
Yeah,
in
it's a
that
cool
sense.
looking bar. The
But-
door is through the freezer.
I wouldn't recommend the multi-person drinks.
I'm now against the fishbowl drinks after sugar.
We went to this place called Sugar, and it was a $40 fishbowl, and like you're paying more for the atmosphere because they pour it in.
You're,
and
you're
it,
paying
like,
for dry ice.
smokes and.
Like
yeah,
there was
I
no
don't even
drink in
think
there.
there was. Yeah, I don't think there was alcohol in that bowl at all.
But we're so old. We went to the first bar at 6, and then we went to Sugar, and then we went to Werewolf, and it was like 9:30.
Maybe.
We were like, we want to go to Jack in the Box and go home. So we came to the
Yeah, Jack
house.
in the Box.
And we went, and then Emma went and got us Jack in the Box.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and we had Jack in the Box at the house while watching Rounders.
Yes, we're at Werewolf.
eating,
All
drinking.
Robert can talk about is how excited he is to go to Jack in the Box.
Well,
Let's get out of here.
It was after we decided to go to Jack in the Box. If we had wanted to go somewhere else, I would have been fine going somewhere else. But since we had determined that nobody really wanted to stay out much later, Yeah.
It
Plus,
was great.
you got out of downtown before it turned into downtown.
On Friday.
Always a plus.
Yeah.
Unless you're sitting on the patio at Ghirardelli watching people walk up and down Fifth, that's the fun part.
Broken heels,
Yep.
vomit in the dress.
Yep.
You can do that on a Sunday at Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Oh, outside rehab?
Yeah.
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 That's fun too with children.
I really want to talk about Mandalorian, but we can't.
Yeah, nobody watched it.
You can just say yay, nay.
Absolutely, yay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I hate Boba Fett. And not that Boba Fett's in this. It's just it's the only real Mandalorian you know. Him and Jango Fett.
Yes.
But
Both pieces of shit.
In the cinematic Star Wars universe.
well, I mean, there's a big thing that happens at the end of the episode.
Huge.
Like
Huge.
a big deal. Like not just in this show, but like in the Star Wars universe. It's a big deal.
Okay. That's tight. I'll have to see it. Now, question pertaining to Disney Plus. Do you like the release style of episodes once per week, or do you prefer Netflix binge?
I like the once per week.
I don't care.
I mean, it makes sense in a financial standpoint from the company. Because if you, 8 episodes of Mandalorian were out right away, you could watch them in one day and cancel your subscription the next day.
They could. And then Netflix runs that risk as well. I mean,
Well, Netflix is changing. I heard that, like, I don't know if it starts with The
Because
Witcher.
Apple TV is doing the same thing as they're releasing one episode a week.
I don't know if it starts with The Witcher or what. I can't remember where I read it.
Really?
Witcher already got picked up for a second season.
incremental
Yes.
release.
Yeah.
And I differ on it because when Anthony put out, I was like, one episode? What the fuck?
Yeah.
I was like, I like that idea for some big shows like Game of Thrones. Gives you a week to digest it
Yeah.
and go like, what's going to happen next? Why,
Until they put on your HBO Go account and they're like, oh, watch the next episode. And you have to wait 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I think this is going to give you that vibe. Like, because it's $25 million an episode, I think. So it's a high...
Gamble.
High cost.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's a high cost. It's high quality. And it's... I would have watched more.
Right. You kind of want the binge almost.
Yeah, but I like the waiting. Because, like you said, you discuss it and...
Would you have settled for 2 episodes a week?
That'd be weird.
I mean, it wouldn't be bad, would it? I don't know.
Rick and Morty came back this week, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned it.
So good.
You watch an episode now?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
We did not
That
stay
might
until
end,
11:30.
That might end up being my... it's going up the list of favorite cartoons.
Next Adventure Time.
Adventure Time's so good. Watched 3.5 seasons of it.
That's funny.
I've been trying to get Parker to watch that show for years. I don't want to. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Weeks ago, you guys probably... did you seen Adventure Time before Robert?
No.
It would be on the hotel rooms during Comic-Con.
I mean, we've seen maybe a handful of episodes.
I would try to get him to watch it.
We wouldn't understand it, though. Like, we watch it like, what the hell is...
Yeah, but we watched 3 seasons, and there's maybe been 3 episodes that connect to anything. Like, it's all individual
Yeah.
Stories.
adventures.
It's still weird, right?
Oh, it's very strange. It's very strange. But it's
Just
really
in the
good.
same vein that Futurama's strange.
Adventure Time gets so good at towards the end.
I've heard.
It's really good.
You know it's coming back, right?
Yeah, I'm very excited.
4 one-hour episodes on HBO Max.
Really? I didn't even know. Was it done before?
Yeah, it ended last September.
Yeah.
September
Okay.
2018.
Interesting. Everything comes back.
It's great,
Oh,
and
really, the end.
it's really a good show. But I mean, Rick and Morty's better than everything. I think that
They're
Justin
callbacks.
Roiland and Dan Harmon just signed in between seasons a 72 episode
Jesus Christ.
increase. So we get 5 episodes now, and then there's a break, and then I think we get 5 more for this season, and that's it.
So they're doing 10 a season. So they got
But I heard they wanted to go up to 18 episodes a season, but I
What
don't know
goes
if the
into
writing
72?
is just slow. I don't know, man. But
well,
this
he likes to drink his drinks, so it might be hard for him to focus.
this episode, the intro, the
It was
season
good.
was so good, so fucking good.
Yeah. Did
Yeah.
you laugh out loud? You never do.
At the end,
What was the end?
when Morty's going through the portal, he's like, what the fuck? He walks through. He's like, yeah, let's just go.
I
And
don't
Rick's like, yeah. No?
I don't remember.
Remember
That. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
with Summer and stuff.
Oh, this part with Summer was great, but no, this was after where he was listening at his locker, and what's
Oh,
her name? Jessica's around
yeah.
the corner, and she's explaining how he was dying.
No, it was a really
He's
good
like, I don't
episode.
even care. Let's go.
Morty's becoming it's like with Breaking Bad where they
growing up.
switch roles.
No, it's like there's a slow shift in character where Rick is now not becoming the most horrible person, and Morty is.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
you watch the Breaking Bad movie?
No, I haven't watched
Nope.
it yet. Have you?
Yes.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I did.
I've heard it's pretty good. You haven't watched it yet, right?
No, still on Saul, and then I'll show BB Camino.
Yeah, we need to watch it, but it's just we were watching True Detective, and then we stopped because it was October, so we started watching.
No, we stopped
Scary
because
Movie.
your eyeglasses got chewed
Oh
up.
yeah, my dog ate my glasses.
That we told you, doctor.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm thinking about this binge question. And I think that I would like Netflix to release once a week because Mindhunter came out
And it was over.
done. And then.
And nothing happened in that season.
Yeah.
That's how I felt.
But
Have you heard how long it's going to be when the next season comes out if it gets renewed?
I don't want to know.
So they said David Fincher, that's the guy that does it, correct?
I
Sure.
believe so.
He'll do like 50, 60 takes per scene.
Oh, geez.
So, and I guess he has to be hands-on with everything, and he already has another movie in line, and I guess each thing takes him about 18 months. So they said the next season, if it gets renewed, won't be out for another 3 years.
Great.
He's
Yay.
real Kubrick.
Yeah. So there's that.
Because I got, so Schitt's Creek. I don't know if you've seen it.
I haven't watched it.
The final season comes out in January, and it's really short. It's like 20-minute episodes. And I know I'm going to binge it, and I want them to not let me.
Well, I think it's like
You need them to stop.
Yeah.
You can't do it
I
yourself.
want it to like be drawn out because it's so good.
it's the same thing with Stranger Things. When you watch all 9 episodes in a week or two, then you got to wait another year and a half. Where at least if it's drawn out, like Parker didn't have to. He didn't realize he had to wait because he got to watch 3 seasons.
That's kind of funny though. You have to have like they better not release them all because I'm gonna watch them.
Yeah. It's like drugs.
I can't not.
One thing that's cool for releasing week by week, you know how like Marvel had Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. correspond with the Hydra announcement. They could totally do that like as soon as one show premieres, or like even if a movie comes out middle of a season of, WandaVision.
They already said Loki is directly connecting with the next Doctor Strange movie.
And if it ends or premieres right when that movie comes out or whatever,
That'd be cool.
yeah, they could time it kind of interestingly.
Yeah, I think I'm excited to see a Marvel show on there, especially after watching The Mandalorian and seeing how good the quality is. We also started watching they have a season of this Imagineer show for Disney that shows like
The animatronic people.
well,
No,
or
the making of
just
Disneyland.
the entire making of
Yeah,
it before.
that's- What's on the Disney Channel? They had Imagineer that and
Yeah.
show behind the scenes.
This is finally got to see the basketball hoop inside the Matterhorn, and I was excited.
Is there such a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has it always been there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been a rumor for years, and they actually showed it. So
Really?
that's pretty
Is it
cool.
like way off behind you somewhere on the ride?
No, it's like inside the
It's
mountain.
inside the mountain.
Oh, okay. I thought it was something on the
No,
ride.
you
that
can't
could
see it.
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, so people just play in there. You're
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, employees.
Okay, I just thought it was some decoration on the mountain or something.
No.
Okay.
But no, that's pretty cool too. And there's, I mean, Darkwing Duck's on there. The first thing I watched was Brink.
Nice.
So, yeah.
I heard they changed Star Wars. On this.
Yeah, the what does he say?
Mahomet.
Mahuki.
Well, yeah, something stupid.
What?
Hilarious.
So now before
You know-
Greedo shoots first, he says McClunky. That's what it is.
Yeah, so Han shot first, then they remastered it. Greedo shot first. It's remastered again. He says Mahuki, and then they both shoot.
Yeah, they shoot at the same time. But I guess they went back to translations from one of the prequels, and it says
Die.
Yeah, so, or not today, or die today, or
So basically, in the thing was, Han Solo's like, yeah, I bet you would, or something. And then immediately cut to the gunfire. Now it cuts to a quarter-second close-up of Greedo's face and some alien gibberish.
where everything else is translated when he's talking, except for that.
Yeah, and then it cuts to them both shooting at the same time. And then
I read the explanation was that Lucas actually changed that before they bought Star Wars.
he was going to do a 3D remaster, and that was his final cut.
No.
Can't make up his fucking
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah. Who shoots first? I don't know. Whatever. Greedo really
I
shot
want to go back
first.
to Galaxy's Edge. We got to try the green milk this time.
God.
None of it's actually dairy. But yeah, I mean, are you a Star Wars fan at all? Not really.
Yeah, I want to go.
I mean,
we
but-
were supposed to go.
I mean, they reference blue milk several times throughout the
whole trilogy.
Saga.
whole trilogy, or well, I guess the saga.
Yeah.
And you can actually buy blue milk at Galaxy's Edge.
Yes. So was it cool? Was it worth going?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's super cool, and all the little intricate things that are in there, like monsters that pop up, and
like
and
when you
just
go, you have to go to the cantina.
yeah, the canteen is cool.
Yeah.
Did we talk about the Game of Thrones guys aren't going to do
Star Wars?
no
Yeah.
more? And then they canceled the Game of Thrones pilot or prequel they had.
But then they greenlit the dragons.
They
one.
greenlit them to make a pilot. We'll see if it gets.
No, it
picked
got
up.
picked up to series.
No,
they
it
had,
got
they,
series.
it got agreed to series.
Okay. I said so. I thought the other one's like in the bag. They already had casting.
Yeah, and Naomi Watts, who's like an Oscar award-winning actor.
Yeah, they must watch. Game of Thrones first one. They made 2 pilots, and the first one sucked. So they can give them 2 pilots for this.
Yeah, have you seen Midsummer yet?
No, I really want
You
to.
need to see it.
I know I do.
I don't think I've seen that.
We haven't watched Hereditary yet,
Oh, it's good.
but it's the same guy that wrote and directed him.
It's the cult one, the happy cult one that I wanted
The
to
happy
see.
cult
Oh,
one.
You
You haven't seen that
It's
either. Have you
it's
seen
happy
Hereditary?
cult one.
Neither.
So the weird thing about Midsummer is like every horror movie, it's got like gray tones, it's got black tones, it's got like everything's happening
What's
under
in
the
there?
guise
What's over there?
of not even just that, but a darker
Shadow.
color. Yeah. Well, what this is in the spring, in
Colorful.
Sun's everything's bright, everything's
out.
colorful.
What is it on
It's
right
during
now?
the
We
Mayfair.
We went to Redbox.
We went to Redbox.
Okay,
It's definitely worth watching. Like,
we'll grab it.
and it's interesting because there's no bad guys, I guess, in it. It's not like a slasher movie where there's a specific.
There's not a murder running around killing
Yeah.
people.
It's psychological, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a very.
Huge psychological element.
It's interesting, and you're just. I like watching. I've realized that I don't like horror movies. I like more tense thrillers. That
Make you think.
I could do without any supernatural stuff at all. I don't. I
okay.
don't need that. Like I love Creep. Those movies. I love those fucking movies. I don't know if you see Creep.
Yeah.
I like that. I like Hush. I don't know if you've seen Hush.
yes.
It's good.
I like those small cast movies. 1,000 stacks of 100 million. Even though it wasn't the best, I love The Invitation. Like where
I
you're
like
watching it and you're talking about it as you're watching. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like you're trying to figure out
Where the turn is.
and I like that a lot more than I like straight horror movies.
Doctor Sleep was really good.
Oh, that was
I would like to
really
see
good.
Really good.
I'm not against any paranormal or,
Like we
or
liked,
stuff like that.
What you call it?
Haunting.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Haunting.
That was great.
Hill House or whatever that was
Oh
on
yeah,
Netflix. I love
you
that
know
show.
the second season's supposed to be like
It's an
super
anthology,
scary.
so it's supposed to be like a different.
Well, it's a different house
Yeah.
each
Yeah.
time, right? Yeah.
but it's gonna be like extra.
That's fine.
Look at,
Extra
look at.
scary.
Yeah.
I
I got the goosebumps.
I liked looking for the extra little things in the
Oh,
background.
because
that
there's
were-
like there's like a
Tons of
few.
those.
Yeah. Did you watch that show?
No, but I've seen a whole article about all the ghosts in
Yeah,
the background.
and
I'm
you guys
that's
did.
Cool.
It is really cool.
I watched the whole. Yeah.
So
I only
when the
jumped
guy is
one
floating
time.
on the ground and his cane is hitting, he's floating. He's
The
looking for his
big
hat.
guy.
Yes.
That's my favorite ghost in the whole.
I liked the guy who was working on the clock and how the kid didn't even realize that he was seeing all these things. That was my favorite part.
But like the the Broke Neck Girl episode.
Yes.
Oh, that
That
such
was a good episode, and the episode that was a continuous cut, or without the cut, where it would go from
In the
character
funeral
to
home?
character in the funeral home.
Yeah.
At the wake.
Speaking of continuous, have you seen the new movie that's coming out? That's like, what is it? World War
II, I think.
It's continuous. The whole movie.
Oh, wait, I think
You mean the
it might be
World War
World War
One
One. Yeah, it's World War One because it's 1917.
Okay, the one that has who's the king in Game of Thrones who threw himself off the window ledge?
Tommen?
Tommen?
He's in it. He's like the main character, isn't he? If you go back and
Who
look
did
at,
this movie? Because I
Remember.
vaguely.
I see a trailer for it. One
It
of the last few
looks
movies we watched.
so good.
It
Now
looks
like
really
it
good.
is one shot, or it's
Yep.
like Birdman.
Your brother's on the front line. You've got to get a message to him, or else they're going to charge into an ambush.
Is it like Birdman, or is it?
I don't know.
Is it
Did you ever
coming
see-
out or
It
is
said
it
it's
out?
a continuous.
I didn't know it was one take. It's probably a fake one take because I don't think you can pull off. Like they have entire war scenes. It looks like.
Yeah,
They
because
said there's never a like.
Well, Bird. Have you ever seen Birdman?
I did not because I didn't.
I think
I started it and I was like, I
It's
don't
excellent,
like this.
and it's like that. It never cuts in the whole. There are cuts, but it never.
They're hidden cuts.
Yeah.
I think most movies do a fake long take. I think only like Children of Men might go all the way and
They
do-
had the like
Ooh, I
16 minute.
remember that movie.
Well, they
That
had
was great.
Goodfellas had that long take too.
No, that's fine. That was before, special effects.
The
They
Irishman
said they
comes out
never
in 2
filmed
weeks.
in the same space twice, and they just hop on the little Jeep and then get off and then hop on and then
They'd have to sit and wait for clouds to pass so the weather would be the same.
That's cool.
So there are cuts. Then it just looks like it's continuous.
Yeah. So Birdman.
Yeah. So because if you were waiting for the clouds to change and you just kept rolling, the movie would be like
Yeah.
A
6
million
months long.
hours.
yeah.
I don't think there's enough open space, anywhere to do a whole. I don't know.
But Birdman did that when it's filming, and two people would be talking, and then it would cut. It would just go follow the next person
The camera
out.
like pan out the window
That
and
was
then
fun to
go
watch.
down the window and follow somebody. I was like, that's cool.
That was a great movie.
Was it made better because of that? Do you think if it didn't have the continuous
All the
take?
actors were in it too. Michael Keaton, Edward Norton, Emma Stone.
Yeah.
I mean, they were all really good in that movie.
I thought it was a good movie that elevated to a little higher
Because of that? Yeah.
you're like, whoa.
Damn it! I wanted to say something else, and now I lost track of what I was talking
World
about.
War One. Why do you think it was World War Two? Right?
Yeah, why do you think it was World War II?
I don't know.
They're not the same.
It was the trailer before Doctor Sleep, so
Okay.
I can't tell you.
Yeah, Tom is the main character. If you look at, if you see a picture of him, I was trying to place him. I watched the trailer twice.
Tommen, one of the best deaths in all of Game of Thrones.
Absolutely.
I love how it was just quiet, and he just walks out the fucking window.
I think it was good because it just came out of
It's gonna be
nowhere.
me.
Like, oh well, there he goes.
Yep. Oh, see ya.
Yeah,
No more king.
It was, yeah, I like that a lot.
I mean the Hound got the best.
Yeah, I mean there was a lot of good ones. Hey, obviously something will take that Game of Thrones, that Breaking Bad mantle at some point and be like the next big thing, but you never know what it is until
Lord of
it's
the Rings,
here. Yeah,
not Carnival Row.
you weren't here when we talked about it, and I'll just throw it out there because we already talked about it on here. To buy the rights from the Tolkien family, they had to guarantee 5 seasons.
Oh.
And it had to be released within 2 years. So next year we'll get a season, and it'll be on for at least 5 seasons.
Have you seen the movie?
What movie?
The Tolkien movie?
With Beast.
Yes.
I can't think of his name right now. No, I haven't.
It's really good.
Is it?
It's really
I wanted
good.
to see it.
I wanted to see it, but
looked
it's
interesting.
more of a.
I
hey,
was on the plane and I was watching it. I was like, stop, don't cry on this plane.
Don't cry on the
I
plane.
imagine the Tolkien estate and the family must just be sitting on mounds of gold.
Oh,
Like,
it was-
we demand.
No, Mithril.
Yeah, right.
Sorry.
5 seasons, no less.
Well, they say it's going to be the first $1 billion show. So, I mean, that's a lot.
It's trippy.
I'm ready.
With all the politics going on right now, do you know how? Like, because to us, it's like, what is $1 billion? They said it's what was it?
It doesn't translate.
What was it? What does it actually come out to?
I don't know.
I'm not a math
But they were
person.
like, "Can you?"
I only math during the day at my work.
I barely
It's
math
so
during
much
the day.
money.
Yeah, unbelievable amount.
Yeah.
You went to Black Cauldron as a kid, or anything?
Not really.
Okay, your brother really
I
likes
know
it.
he's obsessed with it.
Yeah, so we put it on. I watched it for like 5 minutes. He was already like in it. There's a character that's straight up Smeagol, Golem,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I think Andy Serkis, like, it's a little furry guy. I don't know if you've seen this movie.
Yes, I have.
Andy
Along-
Serkis.
This little furry dude looks like a half dog, half goblin. I don't know. It's a little. He steals an apple from the main character. That's the scene I saw, and he talks
Just like
and acts just like Golem. Like, Master, please give me it back. Like, and he refers himself in the third person, calls the kid Master, and he has that voice. I'm like, dude, Andy Serkis just stole that. I swear.
I saw a kid dressed up as Gollum, and his parents were Hobbit. Or one was a Hobbit, and one was Gandalf at the Oogie Boogie Bash at
That's
California
awesome.
Adventure.
That's cool.
Also, Andy Serkis was just officially cast as Alfred Pennyworth.
Oh, yay.
It was cast.
Yeah. What?
Mom is unhappy with what is going
I'm
on.
not saying I'm unhappy.
She doesn't
I'm just-
want to watch what she called a train wreck.
But like, I'm
Don't agree with
all
that.
on board with the guy who's playing the Riddler. I actually really like him a lot. I'm all on board with what's his face playing Harvey Dent.
Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
Wait, is he playing Matthew McConaughey?
That's
Or
who
he's
they're
playing-
saying is
Yeah.
being cast.
Who
Yeah.
was what's his face? Oh, Penguin is Colin Farrell, right?
Right.
I know all these names got cast.
Yeah. And I'm okay with Robert Pattinson playing Batman.
As am I.
I have no problem
No,
with them.
thank you.
I mean, I don't think he's good in like any of the Twilight movies.
But he also hated those
Yeah,
movies.
That's why I don't. And like,
It's situational.
I've seen him in like 3 other movies, like Water for Elephants. Fine.
Cedric Diggory.
I want to see the
Yeah,
Lighthouse.
Fine.
Oh, I do too.
Is that the one with Willem Dafoe?
Yeah.
Yes. And Robert Pattinson.
Dafoe.
Sorry.
So who got past cast as Pennyworth? Sorry.
Andy Serkis.
Okay.
I'm okay with all these
That's
casting.
the only one I'm okay
When was
with.
the last time he was a butler? I was in.
You just don't like the Riddler because you like the guy that played it on Gotham.
Oh, he's so good as
I'm
Riddler.
very particular about.
That show
My
was garbage
son.
after a couple seasons, though.
Yeah, I stopped watching it, but he would still be
He really
great.
was.
Yeah.
in the Prestige, he was somebody's butler. He was Tesla's
Tesla.
butler, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But can you see Colin Farrell as...
I actually really like Colin Farrell.
I
can see
do
him as
too,
Bullseye.
but can you see him as Penguin?
No. But
Right.
nobody could see Heath Ledger's Joker, and he
And-
was.
I had no
I mean,
idea
you always go
Colin
to
Farrell
that.
could be Johnny Depp until I saw Fantastic Beasts.
You mean
He did it spot
yeah.
on.
I thought you were going to say the Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus.
Yeah, I had no idea he could do
Heath Ledger.
all these actors.
That was a good movie. Did you ever see that?
Nah.
That was interesting. Did you ever see that?
Which one?
The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus.
No, I don't think I did.
Really? That seems
was
like a
a good
movie.
movie.
Like, it was Heath Ledger's last movie, but like a bunch of people.
Filled in.
It had to do with like a traveling like psychic magician type thing.
Yeah.
And people would step through and they would see other things. Well, he died while filming it, so every time he stepped through, one of the people that played him when they stepped through was Colin Farrell. One was Johnny Depp. And so they all played him.
Oh.
I liked him.
Now I have to watch
And Jude
it.
Law.
And Jude Law, thank you. That was the third one. Good movie.
Terry Gilliam.
Yeah, Terry Gilliam movie. That was a good movie. I liked Heath Ledger a lot.
A lot of people did.
Speaking of that, 10 Things I Hate About You is on Disney Plus.
Oh, okay.
Is there a Knight's Tale?
Underrated movie. The Patriot.
Yeah.
I heard that they wanted Russell Crowe to play Mel Gibson's character in The Patriot.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a good movie, though.
Yeah.
Patriot?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that movie. What do you think about Bill and Ted 3?
I don't know. I'll have to see where they're going with this.
So
As long as
Parker
Beth is in it.
Parker wears men's smalls now, shirts.
Oh.
And I have a men's small Bill and Ted shirt.
Mm-hmm.
So
He wore it on 80s
it.
Day.
He wore it to 80s Day at school. And so we picked him up from school earlier that day and went to Disneyland. So we had the shirt on when we went to Disneyland. And some guy was like all about it, like a cast member. And he was like talking to Parker. And Parker's only watched the movie once.
He was like from San Dimas.
Yeah, this guy was from
nice.
San Dimas. He like went to that high school and like
Oh my God.
I had to go to that water park growing up because I was like,
Raging
have to-
Water?
Yeah, I was like, I
I've
have
been
to
there.
do this.
we were just talking about that today. They were going to build a Raging Waters in Lakeside when I was in high school. It never happened, obviously. I'd rather have a Raging Waters than a rodeo, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Water. Shortage.
Bullshit. Literally. What's up, Katrina?
I don't know.
Nobody can see. Nobody can hear you. Shrug your shoulders.
Wah, wah, wah.
What's new?
Nothing. Life. Sucking the life out of me.
Oh.
Dying slowly per day. No?
Same.
Why are you shaking your head?
Because this is we've been fine until right now. Now I'm gonna have to edit the shit out of this episode.
You're welcome.
You see the new Sonic trailer?
Yeah.
Yes.
a
Oh,
lot better.
I can't
Night
believe they
and
redid
fucking
that whole thing.
So much
And
better.
it looks so much better.
It
think
does,
so
but how much
good.
money was that?
A lot.
Well, just
Enough-
figure how much money they would have lost if they would have kept it
You know
the
how much
same.
more they're gonna
Yeah.
make?
Well, have you?
I
I mean, speaking of
know.
reading comments and circling back, have you seen many people are be like, "I'm gonna go see it now because they
Yes.
did
Yeah.
this." It's all over the place.
Is that the
I'm
good
gonna
thing
go
that the
see
internet
it.
is going to be like, we did it with Sonic, we can do it with every movie.
They do it with everything
Redo Game of
anyways.
Thrones
Yeah, but-
last season.
But this is the only thing that's
No.
actually changed.
That's true.
Good constructive
I
criticism.
don't know if they changed just the animation, but it feels like the whole character got reinvented.
Yeah.
It's a. I'm
Either
pretty sure
that
it's a
or-
different voice.
or the trailer
No, it's
No?
still what's
But he
his
just
face?
seemed way more
It's
wacky.
still John Ralphio.
And
John Ralphio.
or either that or the trailer's just way
Ben
better.
Schwartz.
The trailer looked way better.
Yeah,
What's
it
his
did.
name? Just now works with animated characters.
Ben Schwartz.
Jim Carrey.
Oh,
Cyclops.
James Marsden.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he was in that Easter movie.
Hop.
Yes.
Yeah, I've
kids
seen
love
that
that
several
movie.
times.
Yeah.
We're always putting it on
It's the only
Easter.
roles he can get since Jean Grey killed
Both the
him.
kids want to see Fireman or whatever the movie is with John Cena coming out.
Oh,
Do they
John
really?
Cena,
Yeah.
yes.
I didn't know what that is.
Oh God.
You don't know who John Cena is?
No, the movie Fireman.
Oh, I was going to say, everybody knows who John Cena
Is
is.
it a
Ethan
comedy?
knows.
What? You like John Cena?
Ethan was a meme child and
He still
said
is.
John Cena in
John
his sleep.
Cena. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
he
God.
sat up and was like,
I
John
thought it was
Cena.
the Jason Bourne one.
Oh God.
Parker
probably
says
both.
that. It's still a thing. John Cena was great in Cockblockers.
Yeah.
He was
He
so
was.
funny in that movie. He was chugging the butt beer.
What? So what is this movie? I don't know what it is.
I
He's a
don't know.
fireman.
He's a fireman.
Comedy?
That-
Drama?
It is a
all.
comedy.
That's all you need for
else is
children.
I
Hey,
don't
John
know.
Cena is a fireman. Come watch my movie.
Last comedy with Fireman is Chuck and Larry, and I didn't really
All
like
I
the
know
movie.
is I'm all about the Jungle Cruise movie. Emily Blunt, The Rock.
Yes.
It looks like part Pirates of the Caribbean, part The Mummy.
Pite.
I see
Pike.
Jumanji
Pike.
2.
Jumji.
Yes.
Ah, I really like the
wanna-
first one.
Yeah, I want to see that.
The
And
Rock.
this one's got Danny DeVito and
Danny DeVito.
Clever.
thank you.
Two Dannys.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited about that. We'll
Yeah.
probably go see that one in theaters. That seems like a good one.
Are we?
Yeah. We're going to see Star Wars. this year.
Yes, we are
I'll
gonna go
just
see
leave
Star
you
Wars.
at home. I'll just take one of the boys.
You can take me. I'll come see Jumji with you.
Okay. Jumji.
Jumji.
Jumji. You got to take Parker to see Frozen.
I
'cause
know, I
Oliver
don't
will
know.
miss
Oh
it.
yeah,
And
Oliver's
Frozen
not about
2.
that life.
I'll take Parker to see Frozen.
There you go.
All right, there you go.
You don't want to
What
see
if
it, Robert?
the Marshmallow Man isn't in the second
doesn't
one?
matter.
Will he go see it?
He
Traumatized.
No.
Did you see the second Wreck-It Ralph movie?
No.
There's a part
Yes.
in this where he goes
Zombie.
Wreck-It Ralph goes zombie and he gets cloned. And he's like, friend. And
We
like,
watched it like every day at your house over the summer. The girls kept putting it on. How did you not see it?
I was at work.
Oliver's terrified of that movie. Absolutely
funny.
terrified.
He gets
Outside of the theater, you put it on?
no.
No.
Okay.
But
So
all
just
you have
the
to do
one
is say
time.
He's
friends
just
and he gets
terrified
upset.
of that part.
Yeah.
He shuts down. Like if there's something that he sees that
Aw.
he doesn't like, he immediately shuts down and does not want to go back there.
I forced him onto Thunder Mountain.
Oh my
Big Thunder Mountain
God.
this last time.
Did he like it?
No.
Oh.
That's what happens when you make kids go on things they don't want to go on.
I don't.
See, that's not true.
I don't like
because
Splash Mountain.
With Oliver, he doesn't like not knowing what's going to happen.
Yes.
I don't like Splash Mountain.
So
He hated. He was so mad at us for forcing him on the Gringotts ride, and then he immediately wanted to go on it again.
yeah.
That's
So
how it
Not
sometimes
Thunder Mountain.
no, Thunder Mountain he is out,
So
Unless
he's
he's
been on it
getting money.
before.
or
And
some type of toy.
I'm not about being letting him build things up to be afraid in his mind because then he can't get over it. And I know he's gonna be 7, and I don't make him going on every time. It's like every 2 years. So he's only gone on it. This is like the 3rd time.
Yeah, right. No,
So I
this-
made it. We waited in line. He was scared the whole time. I was like, fine, we'll get off. And when we went to get off, I put him on the ride.
That's what I did to Emma.
Mom told me the first time we went on Splash Mountain that they put us on a separate track that didn't have the drop.
That is
Oh
excellent.
my god.
And then what scared me is the vulture saying you were going to die, and then all I could see was all the thistles.
They don't say you're gonna die.
Yes, they do.
They say we're gonna. No, they don't.
Yes, they
Going to the
do.
laughing
They
place.
We're going to the laughing
yes.
place.
No. They said they were going. I
You're
was going to
imagining this.
die.
That's what she heard.
And then I saw all the thistles, and I cried, and I never want to go back. And then
She's never been
the
back
first
on that
time,
ride.
the first time Ethan went on, Mom said I have to try again, and I was crying the whole time, and I hate it still.
Well, my
She
my
won't go
mom
on it.
is like, if she even steps in line for a roller coaster, she starts sweating and getting lightheaded and freaks out. And I was always like that. And then my dad took me to Disneyland one time. He's like, "What are you talking about? That's stupid." He's like, "You're going on this." So I went on Space Mountain, and then I was fine.
Emma, it took a long time for Emma to go on Space Mountain. She stood on the sidelines crying for many trips.
My brother Mike in Florida is 27. And the first time we went to Florida, no, it was the second time, 4 years ago, he almost started crying while we were getting in line for Tower of Terror.
That's how I feel about Tower of Terror.
I actually didn't panic on Tower of Terror, but I like there are like roller coasters. Like I think the first time we went on California Screaming, it's like instant panic attack. Like when I get in
I can't
line.
go on it anymore. It hurts my neck too
Oh,
bad.
it's so great.
I know.
But yeah,
But
I
Emma
won't-
went on Everest first time.
Such a good ride.
Yeah, I don't know how I did that. But we went on like 3 times in a row, and then I like looked
Great
back
ride.
on it, and
Great
it's
ride.
so
It is a
much
great ride.
fun. I don't know how I did that though.
Oliver's not scared of a lot of things, but it's very specific things. But I refuse to let him build it up in his mind to make it be a barrier. And I won't make him go on it until he gets at least another year without going on it. So
Well, here's my thing: is I won't go on Splash Mountain, but I will go on Jurassic Park at Universal
why?
because I'm
there's a
strapped
lap
in.
bar. As long as there's a lap bar, she's fine.
Just don't
It's called
stand up.
gravity, man.
I
No,
saw,
I
I
would
said
fall
I
right
can
out.
Put my arms
No.
around her. On
That's why.
Splash
Do you know
Mountain.
how hard I click down on California Screamin'? I can't move like at all.
I have to make sure she's
I'm a
in.
fairly large person. Like, I'm not a big guy, but I'm big
I don't know
enough
if
to where,
you're-
like,
Large.
when it comes to getting into rides that are
Oh.
built for small people, yes, I have no leg room on Space Mountain. Everything I have to like scrunch up and just because I don't know. I don't know if it's built for people that are like 5'9", but just that extra 3 inches is just like I'm like packed into this fucking sardine can. We used to. Have you ever been to Six Flags?
Yes.
You ever been on Riddler?
Yes.
Do you know how you stand up and it hugs your crotch, and as a man, that's not the most comfortable situation when your testicles are going on one side or the other of this bar. So we'd always, whoever was in between me and another friend, we would lift them up right before it locked,
Shit.
so they couldn't actually touch the ground.
Oh, no.
So they had to ride the whole ride like
On their nuts.
trying to balance, like leaning over on one foot each time. Those were the good old days.
Fucked up.
I can't go there anymore.
Why? Because somebody got their head chopped off?
No, just like in general. I don't care about that. That's,
You don't
Is
care?
it too
that's
far?
unfortunate.
Yeah,
for
the guy
them.
got decapitated.
On what ride?
I think it was Batman. I think his head got kicked off.
Batman doesn't kill anybody.
Yeah.
That's against his code. I said I would go to Six Flags and hold everyone's bag, but I will go on Riddler because I have a moral obligation to go
moral
on
obligation.
that
I
ride.
always liked Batman because you were hanging. It was kind of cool. I haven't been in since I was 16, so almost 20 years.
Yeah, I haven't been
Jeez.
in a really long time.
How many Batmans have changed since then?
Yeah.
Now you're riding the
lot.
All
Robert
of them.
Pattinson.
The Robert Pattinson. Man, I hope they open more Harry Potter stuff there. They didn't open more Harry Potter stuff here.
I just
Yes.
want a full
Where?
Harry Potter land.
Well, they've talked about knocking a few things down to build Diagon Alley because it does increase ticket sales.
Well, yeah.
And you can get through ours in half a day.
Yeah.
What, the whole park?
Yes.
Yes. But I think we spent $450 and we got like 11-month passes to Universal. We've gone 3 times?
I can't
4
remember.
times. 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
We always do Water
The
World.
drive just
The Water World.
sucks.
The
We
drive
leave-
up there is not
No,
terrible.
not bad at all. We get up there in 2 hours.
It's the drive home
Because we
Yeah.
leave at 6 in the morning, though.
It's always the drive home
Yeah.
from
Drive home
anywhere.
sucks.
in
As long-
LA.
As long as they don't
Vegas.
get rid of the
Ugh.
movie lot backlot.
Oh, the
They
studio
won't.
tour? They
Yeah, the
won't.
studio
That's the
tour.
whole.
Yeah, they
that's the whole
can't.
thing. That's the best.
Norman
see.
Bates is there, and
Let's
where
see.
else is he gonna go?
I have a Norman Bates
Your
action.
house.
Oh yeah.
I have an Anthony Perkins Norman Bates action figure.
Oh, don't
pretty
tell
cool.
Emma that. That's her boy.
I
Do you know where it is?
he died of AIDS, didn't he?
In the movie?
No.
Not Norman Bates. Anthony Perkins. Anybody?
I don't know.
Are you looking it up, Katrina?
Sure.
I was going to.
I have a Bates Motel towel from Universal. From
She
my first
yelled to
trip.
him.
I did.
On the tram.
Nice.
He was very confused.
Oh no, it says wife. I thought. Well, he still could have. I mean, gay people aren't the only ones that get AIDS.
Don't be so
It says
suburban.
pneumonia, but
Complications.
I mean, isn't that one of the things that hits
Yep.
people that have AIDS
You have
pretty
no
hard?
immune.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's an autoimmune disease, so
Go
Yeah.
figure.
yeah.
He died from AIDS-related pneumonia.
Boom. Fuck y'all. I got it.
Nailed it.
I don't think anyone was disagreeing.
You were. I saw it in your face. Yeah, I was always a Anthony Perkins fan. Although I can't tell you anything else he was in other than Psychos. I think he
need to
kind of got
make-
typecast.
I need to make Corey watch Psycho.
He hasn't seen Psycho.
Good movie.
Make him watch The Birds first.
I haven't seen a ton. I've seen Vertigo, Rear Window, Birds, Psycho, and The Show. He had a show for a while, didn't he? The Alfred Hitchcock show?
Yeah.
And had that weird music.
Yeah, and they'd walk into the screen.
Yeah.
Never watch it.
What a lad.
How'd he die?
Obesity? I don't know. He was a very large
He
man.
was large. He ascended.
He got murdered.
What makes you think it was murder? Theme song. Okay. Come on.
Copyright.
Give me the theme song.
What theme song?
I got it. I want to see how close I am. I got to turn Bluetooth off so it doesn't wake the kids up.
Yeah, don't do that.
Now I got to edit. I hate this new editing program too. Oh, that's not the intro.
You were not close.
Kind of close, right?
kind of, yeah.
Like a funhouse.
I can't actually play this on
Oh,
here.
wow.
What?
He had agreed to provide the voice for the dentist in The Simpsons as Dr. Wolf, but he died before the part could be recorded.
Oh.
I'm fairly certain Phil Hartman was supposed to be Zap Brannigan.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
The Zap Brannigan? Who's the Zap Brannigan?
Champagnon.
Have you watched all the Futuramas?
No.
Not all of them.
Have
Maybe
you
in the
seen
future.
Jurassic Park? The episode with the dog?
Yes. Sad.
Better have. You probably have.
That makes me sad.
A sad episode.
Yeah.
Everybody's seen that episode.
It's like the episode.
It is.
Oh, okay.
The episode.
That episode will make you cry.
Yeah.
For real.
There's rare things that make me cry.
That
You
is
just
not
said like
true.
16 things in this episode alone that make you cry. You're
One
crying
thing.
on a plane.
You're watching Tolkien.
Yeah.
On a train.
Oh, right. That's
in a
my
box.
soul.
With a fox.
The bee episode is a good one
The
too.
bee episode is a really good one. Have you ever seen that one?
I don't think so.
Where Leela thinks she's dreaming. Or no, she doesn't think she's dreaming. She keeps...
She thinks Fry's dreaming.
yeah, and he keeps telling her to wake up at the end of things, and he disappears. And it turns out that like she was in a coma, and she had got stung by like these huge space bees, and Fry had tried to stop it, and it went through him and stung her. So he was sitting at her bed in the hospital the entire time she was in a coma,
Telling her to wake up.
So she was dreaming, but he's continuously trying to get her to wake up. It was a good episode.
I never saw that one. Was that a newer one?
No, that was in the original run, and I feel like that one is equal to, if not worse, honestly, than Jurassic Park.
No. Take it back.
It's
No,
pretty good. There's
it's
also the one where there was a newer one where Bender found out there was a glitch in his system and he couldn't be transferred to another robot if he died, where every other robot could. So he was just like a human. Like when he died, that was it. And it's a defect, so he went back and tried to find out where
The fault was.
the fault was and what inspector let him
Continue.
And it was Hermes, when Hermes was way younger, and like this baby robot came out that had a defect and he couldn't destroy it because it was a little baby, because robots grow like humans apparently.
Yeah, Futurama. It doesn't have to make sense.
I don't know if I've seen all the Futurama episodes,
I don't think
because
we
they
got
came
the
up
last.
with
I haven't.
the new ones, like the Devil's Hands or Idle Playthings was really good. That's when
The robot.
Fry sells his hands and he
play.
plays the holophoner for Leela and he becomes all famous, and then the devil switches hands back and he can't play anymore, but Leela wants him to play.
Sounds familiar.
Or the one where they walk throughout time together, like the world freezes in time
Yep.
and they travel the whole world together, just the two of them.
And then they
It's
restart
pretty
it.
good. Yeah.
Do you need to watch them in order?
No,
No.
Okay.
They're like individual stories.
All right.
it's such a good series though. I feel like that only because The Simpsons has kind of gone off the edge that's a better series. I read it. I just read an article about how The Simpsons was initially about Bart, but as the years have gone on, it's turned around to be about Homer, because as the people that are writing the show age, they associate more with the parents and the kids, and it makes it more interesting for the situations as a parent and watching an adult, because people don't want to watch kids. It's not a kids show. And they made the reference that, because Simpsons did it. There was the South Park episode.
Mm-hmm.
Well, more and more Trey Parker and Matt Stone are associating more as adults instead of kids, so more episodes have started being about
all
The parents.
the parents. And what's his name? Stan's dad.
Yeah.
And
He's got standalone episodes.
yeah. So they said this, like Simpsons, they were making it was like again like a throwback, because
That's fine.
yeah. I mean, I stopped watching South Park maybe
Forever ago.
10 to 15 years ago.
God, it's been on so long.
It's a
Isn't
good show.
it their 20th
Well, when you think
year?
about it, well, this is the Simpsons' 30th year. And then you have Family Guy that's been around for like 20 years now.
Although they've had hiatuses.
I think they've had like 20 seasons though.
Have they? Jeez.
Yeah, it's been
Yeah,
around for a
we're
long
old.
time.
Yeah.
What are you, like 35 now, Corey? You gonna be 32 this month?
Something like that.
I don't know how old I am.
Birthday months.
What, November 30th, right?
Yay, November.
When's yours?
The 20th.
Oh,
Mine's the
it's a big
27th.
one, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, Emma's too, because this is the last of her teenage years.
This is it.
Wow.
She's not a teenager anymore.
I'm still a teenager.
No.
I'm not a teen. I'm not a teen until the 7th. There's too many numbers that are similar.
Too many numbers.
Because your birthday's the 20th and I'm turning 20.
Family Guy's had 18 seasons.
That's
Still a lot.
That's
It
18
premiered
too
in
many.
1999.
18 too many.
That's trippy.
Yeah.
Family Guy is as old as me.
Family Guy, or Futurama premiered in 1999 as well. I watched the first episode. It was on New Year's Eve. I believe it was on New Year's Eve.
I don't remember, but I remember watching it when it first came out.
Santee, 8517 Roan Road.
It's very specific.
How everyone knows.
In the back house. It's not there anymore. The house is knocked down.
Bulldozed.
Yeah.
Everyone meet at the empty lot.
Yeah. Well, I think it's time to say
Is it
goodbye
time?
to all our company. MIC.
USC.
Disney Plus. Yay. I wish there was. I got to finish watching Brink. Have you ever seen Brink?
I don't think I have.
You've seen it though, right, Corey?
Yes.
It's a rollerblading movie in the 90s,
Oh, boy.
Made for TV Disney original.
which was rated, I don't know if you know this, the #1 made for TV Disney movie.
I can get behind that. It was one of my favorites.
I like Johnny Tsunami better. Where's Horse Sense with all the fucking...
What?
What's the guy from Blossom? Joey Lawrence?
Oh, yes.
There was the Lawrence brothers. There was 3 of them.
I never watched that.
And Horse Sense was a movie that Disney made that had all 3 of them in it.
I have to see all
Sounds terrible.
Sounds awful.
Horse movie.
I'd have to see all these movies laid out. Xenon and Smart House.
I never saw any of those. But Johnny Tsunami is excellent. And his grandpa is the guy that played Shang Tsung.
Even Stevens movie.
Ugh.
I want to see the Honey Boy movie with Shia LaBeouf. It's supposed to be amazing.
No.
Shia LaBeouf's
Honey
back.
Boy.
He wrote it.
He wrote it, and he wrote it, and he's acting as his dad in it.
I just watched
About-
Peanut Butter Falcon.
That's supposed to be really good too.
Yeah, Vic liked it.
Vic did? And I probably won't like it then. No, but it has to do with like a kid growing up as an actor and how hard it is and how you don't actually get a real childhood, but he's playing his own dad and somebody's playing him. It's not an actual like, but it's like they're talking like Oscar nomination for it and stuff.
Well, he wrote it like when he was in rehab.
Is he legit? It's not like a representation of what he went through. It's like somebody's actually playing him. So
It's not his name, but I mean, it's
Okay,
he
I
wrote
was
it
wondering
about his dad and him.
He's going to be on a fake Even Stevens set with a fake beans.
Yes, but it's not called Even Stevens. It's called another show.
It's like samesies something.
It's the whole thing. And it's supposed to be really good.
That's funny.
We just watched Holes, and Ethan was like, wait, that's him?
Yeah.
I was
Didn't
like,
it say
yes.
it said introducing Shia LaBeouf
Yes.
in Holes?
Well, people make
That was
comebacks.
weird.
I mean,
Right.
he had a pretty. I can't imagine
A crazy
growing
period?
up. Well, growing up in that, like, how many child actors?
Is he
More of
Macaulay
them go
Culkin?
crazy than not.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Elijah Wood and you got like Natalie Portman, who were
And
child
she
actors.
had a rough go at it too. So
And I
Elijah
think,
Wood was protected
the
by
Abigail,
Lord of
what's
the
her name,
Rings.
did in Zombieland.
Breslin. Oh, we did. We didn't talk Zombieland too.
No.
It's a good movie.
Oh, I want to see it.
It's really
it's good.
It's
It's
not,
fun.
not as good as the first one.
It's I feel it's more the same. I
They got some of the, like, the characters the same, yeah. So, I mean,
it was fun. It's a fun movie. I like the.
but does she don't act no more, I assume, right?
I don't
know.
think so.
I've never seen her in anything since she grew up.
I'm wondering if they're
Maybe
gonna
she went to college.
No, that's good for her.
Well, it's like the girl who played your Matilda.
Matilda went to college.
She's like an
and
astrophysicist
Your
or
Matilda?
something. Well, I've never seen the movie.
the
What?
kid who
You
played.
haven't seen Matilda?
No. And anytime somebody really wants me to watch it, it completely turns me off.
Yeah,
to watch
don't
the
push
movie.
it. Don't push it.
Because there's somebody's like, oh, you gotta see it. This is such a good. The thing is if you don't have that nostalgia factor for a movie that's older, it's hard to come in and be like, yeah, you're right. That's a
Yeah,
good movie.
Katrina. Never ending story.
Yeah, but you made her
Okay.
watch that.
Yeah, I did. But
That's
like how much Brian wants me to watch Monster Squad and how much Alan wants me to watch Monster Squad, I just have no desire to watch it.
Yeah,
Or
It's good.
I tried to show Brian.
you got to do tit for tat. If you watch, we did that a few times. Like you watch
Army of
this.
Darkness.
I tried to get Brian to watch Army of Darkness. He watched it, and I could tell he was just saying it looks like the stupidest movie ever.
You didn't tell him to watch Evil Dead 2 and then Army of Darkness. I don't know. Would
I
that
don't think
help?
you really need to.
No.
Army of
Oh,
Darkness.
you get the
is-
character. You understand at least why he went through a portal. At the very least.
Have you seen all those movies?
I've seen Evil Dead 2.
But you haven't seen Army of Darkness?
I don't think so.
You make me
Oh,
sad.
it's fun.
I'm sorry.
That's a great movie. Anything with Bruce Campbell. in it.
I don't think somebody though watching, like you say, going in without nostalgia. I don't know nowadays, man. Like I love that movie to death, but I think some people be like, this movie's freaking stupid.
Army of Darkness?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But as a kid, and now I love everything about that movie. But
Yeah. I remember trying to get in to see it when it was in theaters,
But-
and I was too young to see it because it was rated R.
in a way, same thing. Monster Squad. I think that movie's probably, if you watch it now, it's probably not so good. But as a kid, I watched it a million times.
There's
so.
a lot of movies like
Well, I was
that.
watching Brink, and I'm like, Brink's kind of a dick. Like he's supposed to
Are
be
you the dad now?
Well, right? No, but like he started it with Vic. Like him and Vic like started it at the same time, and they were being like jerks to each other. And I'm like, Brink's not this like cool like soul skater that's like fucking the good guy.
Was he being mean to his little sister? I don't know.
I didn't finish watching it.
The way he talks, I just want to punch myself in the face.
Who?
The lead character, whatever.
Oh,
he is.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like total 90s. Like all the music is like since it's a Disney movie, it's all like off-brand ska because you can't play the actual stuff.
Yes, we need to watch it then.
It's
I'm all
Unbelievable.
About that ska.
Wasn't he in the Escape to Witch Mountain made for TV?
Oh, I remember that.
the main bad guy is the guy that played Spike in Little Giants.
Yeah.
You ever seen
And
Little
they-
Giants
and they didn't
with
do
Rick
anything.
Moranis and Ed O'Neill?
That's a good movie. I like that.
I wonder if The Big Green is on Disney Plus. I like that.
I haven't
movie.
seen that forever.
There's some obscure
Since it
movies
came out.
on there. There's your
Homeward Bound.
no, there's your weird Halloween
so
movie,
many animals
Mr. Boogedy?
died in that.
Homeward Bound.
Oh, Jesus.
Mr.
I-
Boogedy.
That's on there.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's two of them. Was there? Two
I
on
don't
there?
know. Man.
Goonies, Disney?
I watch that all the time.
No.
That's the one thing you're not going to get on Disney. You're not going to get like Orange is the New Black, where you see a bunch of like people going at
It's
it.
over.
What?
It's
I, don't know, I was just
over.
using that as, I was just using that as reference. Disney's
Oh.
not going to have any
Are
people
there-
fucking on their.
Right, but
No.
that was a
There-
great
Are
series.
there
I didn't watch any.
Oh, it was
I didn't watch a
great.
single
It
minute
was
of
really good.
Is it better than Banshee?
Nothing's better than
I
Banshee.
haven't finished that.
We haven't either.
series.
We have like 2 episodes left for.
We were like,
last
fuck
year.
this.
Are there any R-rated movies on Disney Plus? You think?
No.
I can't
I doubt
imagine.
Like, because they have a big. It's like everything that like Touchstone made, right? And a couple other people that
They'll probably
And
push
then-
PG-13 and that'll probably be it.
think National Geographic has like
No.
poor
National
people of
Ge-
Africa who can't wear clothes.
It's not rated R though. It's educational.
Yeah.
It's different.
It doesn't have a thing like this is not for children. It
They
says
did put a "This is racist."
On Dumbo and
Oh,
stuff.
Yeah.
Did they? I thought that was WB who did.
No,
that
so
on old
they put
cartoons.
like a disclaimer on the
It's
old
like with
movies that
Cruella
these are
de Vil,
racist.
like they do the whole smoking, like smoking is bad for you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they
we
put
know.
it at the beginning of the movie like, by the way, you're watching something that was made 80 years ago, so
Yes.
That's why Song of the
Pretty
South
much.
is not on there.
they should just
Put it on, cowards.
Yeah, they should
Put it on.
and put a little sensor says,
Here's our history.
yeah, like legit, we made this.
Ignoring it's just as bad, if not worse. Not
I don't think they
acknowledging that
ignore
it
it.
happened.
I don't think they ignore it. They'll admit that they made it, but it's the fact that you don't want kids walking around using that lingo either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it took
As a
so
parent,
long
I'm
for
like-
them to like.
I watched it. I don't think it has any horrible language.
It's just the centaur, isn't it?
It's just
this
very
whole
like
centaur
the
scene.
setting. It's not anything that happens in it because
You absolutely can't say something. Yeah, but PG at different times are different things.
no. They
you absolutely
they
can't
didn't use
say
any words that are inappropriate nowadays in that movie.
You would.
Wait,
would
which
you care to
movie
make a wager?
specifically?
Money.
Song of the South.
Money. Money.
Okay.
Money.
What word do you think?
I'm not going to say it on here.
Well, you could say what it starts with. And
No.
I know. I know.
He
a
wants
lot
to
of
know
it,
where your money's at.
I know a lot of it was the whole like centaur scene because they had like a slave centaur
What?
that was like a caricature of an African American.
There's
like
a
of the
centaur
time.
in Song of the South.
Yeah, that was the whole like thing of why they took it down. That's what you can still see the whole Zippity Doo Dah song, which was from Song of the South.
Yeah, I watched all the
But-
time as a kid. I don't
yeah.
even know if centaur though.
That's why they took it. They censored that part because it was incredibly
Yours was
racist.
recorded off a TV. That's why you
Yeah, it
probably
was
didn't see
legit. I grew up watching recorded VHS tapes.
Yeah,
You're so old,
I have VHS tapes. I have a VHS player.
dude. I'm old.
Wow, the budget for it was that can't be right.
It's funny. Splash Mountain's based all around like
Yeah.
the characters
Right,
from it.
Yeah,
Well, Emma wouldn't know.
I remember the vultures telling me to die. It's probably because I'm Mexican.
But I would kid a wager. I don't think it's any more racist than like Gone with the Wind, because that movie's set in the South.
So good.
But because it's a Disney movie with animated characters, it's like Mary Poppins was half live and half animated. In that setting, it's like, well, I guess nowadays it strikes more like tone deaf.
I don't know. It's also coming from a situation where people. I mean, Walt Disney wasn't exactly the.
For sure,
Shining
I'm sure he
star.
wanted to make it worse. For all I know, that may be true.
I mean, they have. Do they have all their anti-Nazi propaganda on Disney Plus?
No.
I've read something about all these people are like racist in a way, but like Tolkien, like he didn't want nothing to do with like allegories and like his books didn't represent anything except the 100% thing. The dwarfs are based on like Jewish people, 100%.
Oh, really?
He idolized, like he didn't hate them. He idolized like the whole culture or something. Like I read a whole article about it. I thought it was funny.
They
So
didn't
dwarfs
Go
have,
into that.
They didn't go into that in the movie.
dwarfs have all the traits of like they love money. They understand the value of it. They can, what all that. Besides physical characteristics.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm reading now. Sorry.
Are you trying to look for the words?
You ever seen it?
What? Songs and South? I've only seen songs from it. I've never actually watched the movie.
Zippity Doodah
Yeah.
and
I don't think anyone's ever seen
Brer Rabbit.
all of it, all the way
It's
through.
probably been heavily
I'm sure
heavily
someone
edited.
Disney snatched it real quick.
Original tapes.
Yeah.
God,
Back in the Forbidden
the
Vault.
little kid who was in it. He's a cute little kid. Like you could look at. He did the voice of Peter Pan, but back in the day. But then he like died alone in his apartment. Like
Oh.
the child actor like went.
Like a lot of people.
Yeah, went bad.
Like the girl that just died on SNL.
What?
There was this
Like
kid.
on SNL?
She was on SNL. She was 13. She just died of an asthma attack.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
What's she on SNL doing?
Skits, probably.
Yeah. She was just like,
Damn it! I had such a bad joke right now that it came from that, but I don't even like making those kind of jokes anymore.
come on. Let's
No.
hear it.
No.
No.
Is it a kid joke?
I was listening to Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend today, other podcast, and he had Paul Rudd on, and you know how Paul Rudd does. Do you know
He shows a clip from
Mac and Me?
Mac and Me
Every
single
time, no matter what movie he's promoting, he shows the same clip from Mac and Me
Yeah.
as his movie thing, and they deadpan it. They completely straight man it where they don't make it a joke. They just keep talking about the
No,
movie.
he says like we shot this scene outdoors. Like
Yeah.
I remember the day.
But
And every time.
Paul Rudd referencing it today when I was listening to it, because it's the first time they've actually referenced it in public.
Okay.
You know, and they were like, he's like, yeah, what's something, it started out as really stupid, but that thing's really gotten legs. And the clip is a handicapped person rolling down a hill in a wheelchair.
He lives. You ever see Mac and Me? Mac and Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
A
Back in the
long
day.
time ago.
Yeah.
I wonder if Flight of the Navigator's on there.
I think
That's
it
what
is.
I've been trying to
Ooh.
get Ethan to watch.
That's an okay movie.
I think if you watch it nowadays, it's like the same.
I've
thing.
never seen Tron. I should probably watch that.
I don't think I saw Tron either.
You won't like it.
I know, I've heard.
I mean, it's interesting if you like. Oh, they made this with like barely
Nothing?
any computing
What
power.
time are we at?
1:16.
Fuck y'all. I gotta end this shit. I don't like editing. Yeah. I don't like editing these ones this long. There's only like a couple minutes coming off of this one.
Yay.
Katrina hasn't talked for like 45 minutes.
We got a lot more to talk about, man.
What else do we have to talk about?
I don't know. I got this. I'm
What's
sure
it?
some
What do you have?
Terminator bombed.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's supposed to be really good.
Really?
Yeah, I got like better.
It can
ratings
get
on
in
it.
line behind all the other Terminators that bombed too.
Yeah, but this one was supposed
that's
to be
Ethan's
good.
favorite.
Yeah.
Oh, Ethan.
Terminator?
He
was it the
when
thing
we
at
went-
Universal?
Yeah, at Universal. We had to sit through the whole Terminator show for him.
There's a Terminator show? Oh,
Yeah.
There was.
there isn't anymore.
Well, he
Is
saw
Captain
it.
EO still there? That's important to me.
Captain EO
That-
comes back every once in a while.
Yeah.
Good.
We saw that. As
We saw
well.
that in
It's Star Wars right now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Stop doing
it's like
this.
the Star Wars.
If you had a Popeye sandwich,
No,
No.
Brian waited in line for him.
people are
Though.
killing for it, man.
Yeah, I know somebody got
Stupid.
stabbed to death.
We have a Popeyes on base, and
Nobody
it's
goes
next
there.
to the gas station
many
where
people
I
have been
just
shot?
get alcohol, and I'm just like, I've never been there.
Popeye, I actually enjoy Popeye's chicken, but I'm not gonna.
Never eaten there.
It's good.
I have not eaten there.
I don't want to
either.
get stabbed now. I'm
Well, I
afraid.
mean, the thing is now is like if I'm gonna go get chicken, I'm gonna go to Cane's. Cane's is better than KFC and
That's closer.
Popeyes.
Cane's is good.
And honestly, you could just take the
We
Texas
don't-
toast and put 2 strips
don't
on
have
it
a
and put the
Cane's.
pepper sauce.
The two times that I've had Cane's were at Color Guard. When we performed in Texas, the food that they brought was Cane's.
Cane's is good.
I have not. We have a Chick-fil-A.
I know you do.
That's good too.
Chick-fil-A hates gay people, so
Yep.
I haven't eaten at Chick-fil-A
They don't hate
in
'em.
like
They
months.
just want to
because of
convert
that.
them. That's the difference.
But if I brought Chick-fil-A home,
I wouldn't eat it. Grandpa and Oma bring home Chick-fil-A all the time, and I don't get any.
All right, we'll see.
I'm not big on.
Supporting businesses like that.
I'm
Supporting-
about the Chick-fil-A.
Supporting
about
gay
the
I was
conversion
gonna say I'm
camps.
not big on like. Yeah, I won't eat at Chick-fil-A anymore either. Though. And
I can't go. I have to find a new place to get bras and underwear.
because of Victoria's Secret.
Chick-fil-A's
Yeah.
themselves.
What happened with Victoria's Secret?
They're very biased and they don't let other people represent.
Oh, the transphobia?
Yeah.
Damn it! I just bought a bunch of shit.
You can't buy
So you're not okay with transphobia, but you're completely okay with somebody supporting gay conversion therapy and stuff like that.
No, I just
The chicken's
just
so
want to
good.
go eat the food,
She like, I
and
just
I
want
just
the
want to
chicken.
go buy the thing.
You giving the money gives them money for gay conversion camps.
Okay, listen. We live in a place where there's not a lot of food. I want to go to
You live in
Chick-fil-A.
America. We have the most food.
I live in the South.
Is that
Yeah, they hate
considered the
gays
South?
there.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, there was one of the Confederate
Corey
states.
does not
I-
consider it the South because he said anything up from Texas is not the
Here's
South.
the okay.
There's
That's
a,
not
But-
right.
there's a Mason-Dixon
But like I go from this is ghetto to Confederate flags all over the yard. Like it's the full South.
Also in Texas, do not refer to them as the Mid-South. I learned that very...
I also wouldn't consider Virginia the South for some reason.
They do very much.
They are very
much the South.
They consider themselves part of the South?
It's very yeehaw.
They even though their whole legislative just went Democrat.
Yep.
The entire state.
They are very, very,
South.
very, very South.
Well, when you think about it, I mean, southern states are typically thought of as
red states.
The
Red
ones
states.
touching the Gulf, maybe.
Well, Virginia just went completely Democratic.
Maybe Virginia Beach is a little more, but like where I live, no.
Brianna said there were so many white people in Virginia Beach.
Well, if you want to go that way, all I have to do is drive 15 minutes east, and I can see Confederate flags in everybody's yard.
Yeah, but it's not at 15 minutes. It's
Next
door.
We live in the reddest part of Southern California.
Yeah, it's that way all over. Like the peoples can still be fired for being gay in Virginia.
Well, that's good. That's
As a
going
law.
before the Supreme Court. That might be everywhere soon.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
but Virginia, it's just weird there.
Yeah, and what the
It's
fuck happened
super
to
weird.
Republicans being the side of states' rights until it's against something they don't like, and then it's like, oh no, we gotta
Because the
change
separation of church and state is non-existent anymore, according to
It never has
everyone.
been.
It. Well,
On paper.
Anyway, I was talking about Chick-fil-A. We have limited resources.
She's like, "Don't take away
where
my
I
chicken."
live.
Make your own Chick-fil-A at home.
I try.
my if,
You gotta marinate the chicken in
I
pickle
just
juice.
use their sauce
Is-
in my chicken bites.
do you like pickles?
Yes.
Okay, I was gonna say that's.
Because I have
Corey
a
does
recipe
not.
for Chick-fil-A chicken.
He likes Chick-fil-A though. Their chicken's marinated in pickle juice.
Yeah.
All Corey
doesn't
eats
That's good.
is Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, he's.
He's a yeehaw.
Is
Yeah.
it
He is a full yeehaw.
any food you wouldn't give up if you knew that they were a company that represented something you didn't like?
No, I'd give up everything. And it's not about representing something I don't like. If they represent something I don't like, that's fine. But when you try to
Influence.
well, not even that. If you think somebody has less rights than you or deserves less than you just because of skin color, sexuality, I won't support you.
I can't, in sound of mind, as someone who's not straight, do that. Because, I mean, like, what's not to say that if I move to Virginia, I'm not going to get thrown in one.
You are moving to Virginia.
Chick-fil-A?
And you will get thrown in
It's the
Chick-fil-A.
same.
What the fuck happens when she says, okay, I'm moving to Virginia, and then he gets stationed somewhere else, and then you're not.
I don't
She's
move
following.
to Virginia.
She's following.
That's why I'm not moving
But he
yet.
doesn't want to move back here for gun laws and car laws. Yes.
Yeehaw.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
We have enough guns where we can't move back here.
that's unfortunate.
I don't have a gun.
Yeah.
We have several.
We can go down a completely different road with
Yes.
with more discussions.
Do you have one?
Yes.
Yours?
Yes.
You shot it?
Yes.
It's well, we come from a
Somebody-
police family, so like
Yeah, it's my police issued gun my dad gave me.
I'm,
But we
I know
have a
how to
shotgun.
clean and take what?
Yeah, he's like, okay, if someone comes in here, you need to use the shotgun. I'm like, so my shoulder's gonna leave?
One carefully aimed bullet can do just as much.
He's like,
Well,
no, it's the
zombies.
shotgun.
You got to be prepared.
Right. But the car laws alone is just gonna mess us up here.
It's nothing like making sure that your things are more important than your family and friends.
Hey, he thinks those guns will protect our family and friends.
And the
Yeah,
cars, too.
I can do
You
just as
run
much
people.
damage
Right.
on like 4 shots of vodka and a bat.
I don't know. I'm not anti all guns. I'm just thinking that people in California still have plenty of weapons to protect themselves with and their houses with.
Yeah.
I think 1 gun per house isn't like too extreme.
I think it,
Maybe
Uzi's
not
too
per
much.
house,
I don't know
but,
why I
like,
can't own one.
Jesus.
I need
Ever since Rush Hour, I always wanted a Uzi for self.
I saw
I need a rocket
much.
launcher.
I saw the best headline today on. It was a satire account, but it was damn it. I gotta find it, and then I'm gonna end this episode because I don't want to edit anymore.
Why are you dragging this out, man?
It says, "Oh, come on, where'd it go?"
Was it The Onion or Clickhole?
It was neither,
Oh.
but it says, "I respect the troops by maintaining a huge arsenal in the case I ever need to murder them." Because everybody's like, we need guns to fight against the
Tyrannical oppression
tyrannical
of the
government.
government,
Well, you're outgunned no matter what. You could have every gun
Yeah.
ever, and the government will kill you if they want to.
That's
in
why
a
I
heartbeat.
Correct.
think we need missiles.
Oh.
They escalated. It's
escalation.
We have a cold war with our own government.
Yeah, it's heating up.
With all that said, I would like to throw a hand grenade
At least once.
just once,
Just for funsies?
just for fun.
You
I want to
make
throw
one.
a Molotov cocktail.
You can come
You can make
to
them.
base, and they throw them all the time.
But they wouldn't let me throw one.
They
be
just
surprised.
might.
I have no desire to ever be in Virginia again. It's
Me too.
Same.
It's gone blue. You like it now.
no, I'm not anti. Like my uncle's a really really far right Republican, but he's you can be a Republican and not be racist. Those things exist.
You don't have to correlate.
Yeah, you don't
They
have
usually
to.
do though.
Unfortunately.
I wouldn't say usually, but I
Is
would
there like
say
a hardcore
as-
Democrat you've ever seen that's like super racist?
They exist.
They exist.
I don't know.
No, I mean, if
My
I
dad
didn't,
hated Mexicans, and he was one. Like,
Oh,
if I didn't have to register to a
He's
party to
confused.
actually vote, I wouldn't. I was registered independent for a long time, but I wanted to
that's
vote.
how I feel.
Yeah, but I wanted to vote in the Democratic primary, so I switched to Democrat.
in California, you don't have to do that anymore.
Oh, really?
Lit.
Oh,
I
agree.
hate political parties. It's so childish. It's so childish.
Should also be one person, one vote, no electoral college. But
Agreed.
anyways, we never talk politics on here, and we got like 8 minutes of politics in here.
Good for you.
Yeah. So
Until next time.
until next time.